Welcome to, I don't know which number of the mastermind. Today we're just going to talk about a couple of topics such as domain renewal on and ledger issues, as well as a couple other things such as collaborating with Domainer Expo in Nevada, as well as Keystone. Talk about some name-based updates as well as some future events coming up soon. So stay tuned. So I guess we'll start off with some HNSID domain renewals. So with year or so, HNSID launched. So we've got a couple SLDs that'll be expiring soon. We are sending out emails. So come the SLD expires. I am not sure if any of you have received them yet. Make sure that you are in the account settings on HNSID so we can actually email you. Beneficial.
Need the email to do that, right?
Yep. So if you're on your HNSID dashboard, you should be able to go to your settings and set email notifications. Also on the topic of HNSID, I'm not sure if many of you noticed, but Namebase sent out a tweet about new. So some of you are having a little bit of issue with MetaMask sending to a HNSID. So ETH on base, there were issues getting that to work. So you go into your settings, a little plugin you can install in MetaMask that just makes everything work. So much smoother. You should try it out. It looks quite nice as well. I don't think, Alex, did you have anything to add to that? I'm not sure. I don't think so. I guess not. Okay, so after that, I think we'll just chat a little bit about Ledger. So there was quite a couple people asking in a week or two about the Handshake app. So you haven't, well, a couple of people noticed that you can't install at the moment, even when you're in developer mode. Ledger have taken that down. They sent out a message a little while ago. I'll just read what they said. So they replied that the Handshake app was completely removed on September the 13th. It was initially released on developer mode only, but it didn't complete the required security audits, so they've removed it. So the general idea is we need to do audits, and these are done via a company that they have a partnership with. So at the moment, we haven't done those. So there are a couple options. That we were thinking of. Do we want to just pay for these audits with our current app, or there were a little bit of chat about writing a new app to support the newer ledger models, and I think there are only two new models because I think the X still works. We've yet to decide that. We need to get somebody who's understands how to write code for the ledger, and we'd also need to fundraise to pay for that audit. I'm not sure.
Yeah, how much would that be?
Yeah, I'm not sure if we had a estimate somewhere, but I think it's somewhere, but I can't remember. But it was a decent amount. But I think I think we also did need to update the app a little bit to make it comply with the which regulation they had. But it was some UI issue that they wanted to fix. So stuck in this predicament when you've reset a ledger or you've got a new ledger, and if you have funds stuck in Bob Wallet, there is a solution. There's one that I would recommend to sideload the HNS app. That means it is a little bit more work. You have to compile it yourself on your computer and load it. The second option, which is quite sad, is to convert your cold wallet to, and it's not the very nice option. Importing to Bob Wallet the seed phrase. This doesn't work if you have a seed phrase and a or a passphrase, as they're called. So if you do convert to hot wallet, I'd recommend if you're using Ledger for other blockchains, EVM chains, Bitcoin or something, that you transfer it off, because you basically have compromised that seed. So just be careful of that.
Yeah, that is. I remember they were working on the Ledger years ago. Just didn't want to keep it in the experimental this many years, I guess, right? That's was
sure, but from what they've said, it seems like they didn't want it to be released in the developer mode, because you're supposed to still have the. It's a bit of a weird, but yeah, it is a little bit of a pain, mainly because I use a Ledger. I've got a Ledger that if I wanted to wipe it, that'll be a pain for me to reinstall the app on. So it's like, I'm wondering, do I want to move stuff to a hot wallet? Probably not. Yeah, it's a bit of a tough one, that one. But anyway, while we're on the topic of cold wallets, Keystone, did you have anything you wanted to mention about that, Mike?
Sure. I keep forgetting I'm mute.
Oh.
Yeah, so Keystone, I don't know how to address him, but I call him Handshake Jesus.
Oh, yep.
Do you know
Payphone,
what is his?
I think he's under now.
Payphone?
Maybe.
Not sure. Yeah. So he's doing work with Cardano and Handshake integrations, and
Yep.
He had a booth for a pretty big Cardano conference earlier this year. And I believe was where this connection came from of Keystone Wallet. I think discussions or integrations with Cardano and Keystone. I believe that's how the discussion started. And we've had a call, right, Nathan? Those calls?
Unfortunately, it wasn't any of the calls. They just didn't quite line up with my time zone. They were 2 a.m.
Oh yeah, it is hard.
Yeah.
For all the time zones here. But basically, yeah, we had a couple calls, and I know there's a lot of people in the Handshake community that feels like making money is evil, or charging fees is maybe evil. But yeah, they have a few different ways to make a Handshake Keystone hardware wallet, and I think by my 2 or 3. One, of course, is a grant or a fee to them. Do you know the number? I feel like it's around.
Yes, I'm just having a look at the chat. So there was a grant for 60K USD, and that would pay for integrations.
Yeah. So one is just paying them. I think the second is enough hardware sale, enough people buy it. Or
so I said if they can get 500 orders that are pre-orders, so they get the money, in the first, then they can do that without 60K grant. This would be what they gave they wanted to do a co-branded version, so you get a Keystone wallet with Handshake logo or something like costs. What did they say? $200, I think it was.
Yeah, I feel like there's a few different options for that.
Yeah.
But I think that's negotiable. I mean, H&S Broker's been talking to me privately at a better price or such.
I think they said that offer a discount if you wanted to buy them in bulk. So if you wanted to order all 500, like by yourself, or a decent amount by yourself, and then resell them, I think they were offering a little bit cheaper.
Yeah. So I think we've been hearing me talk about it. I've been working on called load pipes protocol. Is some of you already purchased and supported? Thank you for that. So the core idea is to do some kind of campaign on our e-commerce marketplace using various crypto,
Yeah,
and then
that'd be awesome.
crowdfund. Yeah, so this broker's given a lot of input. I chat to him quite often, and he also is in that group. It would be custom software where you'd actually be able to manage your domain names and auctions from the hardware. So, it would be
it'll be
right?
similar to Letter, but a little bit nicer UI because you got a bigger screen. It's touchscreen, but yes, you would be having the same. So you'll need connection. You'll need to have a wallet to talk to the Keystone because it's an offline. It's a hardware wallet. They don't have anything to talk to the blockchain themselves. So you probably still need Bob Wallet or another like that.
Oh, I see. So it would integrate, but we just wanted to clarify when we had spoken to them. But again, I think I don't know if you have an opinion, but do you think we could really get 500 hardware sales within the community for this? I mean, I think that's something I've been considering.
100, so it's a lot. Like, probably,
yeah,
I know a couple of people that'll be interested, but I don't know 500 people that would.
Yeah, I feel the same. So that's kind of where we're at right now, is deciding which of those offers to take, or how to move forward. But we could, of course, start to take their offer to crowdfund 500 sales and put it up on, say, Hamza, or it doesn't have to be Hamza, it could be on any platform, right? But I don't know. I think just a few people I've spoken to, of course, would love to hear it from this space, or it seems like a amount of sales we'd have to get.
Yeah, well, that has a total cost of what, 100 grand, 100,000 at the $200.
Yeah, quote. 500 units at $200 each is 100,000 US.
Which,
so they have higher. If we just paid them a fee or a grant, it would be less, right? Because this has hardware.
But they are not making 100% profit on those sales. Like, I assume that they would probably be making, I don't know, maybe half of that, probably a bit more, maybe 70 grand.
It's hard to say, but I guess probably they also want users, or they want, valuable, even though they may not make as much as a grant fee of 60K from 100K in product sales, but there's in distribution, and it's probably good for their shareholders or internal KPIs as well. So maybe that's why they're willing to do it for less profit or fee. In that case, it's just my guess.
Yep.
But of course, I've been speaking to, actually, I speak a lot to HNS Broker. He's very active and supportive of the community. We're basically thinking we got to give him a counter offer, the Keystone.
Yep.
But we're discussing internally maybe a mix of some fee but less unit sales. Maybe there's some fee but less than 60, and some sales but less than 500. That's kind of what we've been discussing those, and also discussing with DWeb Foundation, as they do have funds still from previous camps to utilize. So maybe some potentially could come from there. But basically, we got to give them an offer, or take, basically, we got to negotiate back to Keystone. So it would be great if today, if you or others here wanted to give an opinion on that offer.
Yeah, it's a hard one because it's a lot of initial grant, like 60K. Where would we be getting, that 60?
The idea is maybe we wouldn't say 60, we say like, I don't know, 20, like 100 units.
We could probably do 200 units. What's that? 20 grand, and then do. Again, it is a lot of initial investment, especially if Hamza was planning on buying a lot and then reselling them. That's it's an out of pocket expense.
Yeah, well, I mean, the idea there is, I don't know if the idea is. I think maybe there's misunderstanding, but I also would prepay them. We would just list them there as a pre-purchase.
I think
try to get prepay. I don't know why.
Paystone needed the money as like a pre-order before they started the integration.
Maybe I misread it, but I understood it as once we get that amount of sales, they would start.
Yeah.
They would. So the way once we get to that amount, then we pay them, or Hamza would collect the funds until the customers. We have to wait until we reach that limit, like Kickstarter style, crowdfunding style, and then pay them.
We could just wait and do that for, say, 3 weeks, see how many go from there. Because I've got no clue really about how many people would be interested.
Yep. So I think that's where it's at, and it's probably
Yeah.
I think that's why we understand this is the challenges of a decentralized community.
So
who's
hard to
going to
get
be the one
integration.
who signs the contract on that? You know what I mean? Like that's just some of the over the it's been years or more. And I know the community loves decentralization and thing, but there's these other companies need somebody to make a contract, sign a contract. I mean, I guess I could do that, but we all make an offer, and so it'd be great if we could hear from others on this call or in other places about.
So they did make another offer. If you wrote the code, then they would probably be happy to integrate it that way. It's a little bit harder because we have to find somebody who's able to write that code.
Yep.
Hello. This is I'm like in this meeting because whenever I wanted to join, like it's three so it's like very difficult on the time.
Yep.
Time zones but like yeah, I'm in Europe. So but about the money issue, like by the way I am following the Handshake from the beginning. I'm just not active, but I'm like always following what's happening here. So thing about the funding, like did anyone from Handshake, the developers or someone try applying for OpenSats grants? Did you know OpenSats?
I don't think any of us or anyone from Handshake has.
Because OpenSats is basically a kind of real bit like hard, like Bitcoin maximalist, but from everything what they speak, I found like this Handshake. It's very good like for what they're doing, specifically for Nostr, because the main problem, if you know about Nostr social network.
Yep.
Like Bitcoiners like fully like basically going full on, and they are funding all the developers. And the one thing that is missing in Nostr is decentralized basically usernames, and also there are other use cases where like DNS is a problem. Like in few places in a Bitcoin, big need for decentralized DNS service. So there is a few places, very important places, where it will solve technical issues for Bitcoin and for Nostr. And these both things are very important issues for like real Bitcoin maximalists. And like, yes, in the public they're really against all altcoins, but even Satoshi was talking about something like Handshake. So I think it'd be very good start talking with them, and I think OpenSats would be the perfect place with whom to talk, and they would see there is this that Handshake solves these two big problems. One is for Bitcoin specific deeper layer communication that is needed, and DNS would solve that. This decentralized DNS would solve that. It's for layer 2 solutions, and for Noster it would solve usernames. So I don't know who to contact with OpenSats, because it's possible to get grants for developers and for other things, even for maybe for cold storage for hardware wallets development or something like that.
Yeah, that would be well, it'll help with the money problem. The real question is, how can we phrase it in a way that benefits Bitcoin? Because OpenSats is a Bitcoin development grant in a way. It's to fund Bitcoin's development. So as long as we can find
OpenSats
a way to say here's how it can also help Bitcoin, then I think
OpenSats is a fund that funds freedom software. It doesn't have to be Bitcoin. Freedom software.
Well, yeah,
which
but I mean,
enables
looking at their funds, they've funded Bitcoin or Bitcoin related.
Bitcoin and Noster, because basically only these two projects are actually like freedom software,
They supported Tor.
Everything. Sorry,
they supported Tor as well. But yeah, only things.
Tor.
Help with
Yeah,
Bitcoin.
it's like basically real technology that actually provides the freedom for people, not like gambling coins and
exactly.
and JPEGs. But I see like the Handshake perfectly fits, as long as we don't start doing centralizing stuff and like forking and like coins and like printing coins. Then, but if it's this thing, then no one will want to fund this at all.
Hello. Hey, everybody. So, yeah, I was thinking about what can take us like a step forward. I think where we're lacking is a mobile wallet where we can change the DNA things. So, I heard somebody is wants to fund something. Bitcoin, Connect, Noster, everything. Connect Bitcoin like Noster to Bitcoin. You need a wallet where you can change the IP address of that Noster TLD if you want it totally free. Cause that's what I think. So yeah, that might be a good way, like I don't know which way to put away, but like just think about to develop a wallet. That might be our next step.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? Cause I don't see nobody developing a mobile wallet. It's all like Bob or like whatever. We are
Problem
doing
is
it to buy
mobile is
names, flip
difficult.
names. That is not gonna take it forward. Flip names. Nobody's gonna flip names. Okay, people flipping calm names, they making more money. So nobody's coming here to flip names to make money. We got to take it this thing a step forward. So I've been talking guys, but I'm not technical. Everybody knows, right? So it's like so tough to tell them to make them understand or whatever. So I gave up. Like whatever. So many things happen. I gave up. But if you guys understand, I think that is the most important step right now. No. ENS, not is not gonna take it forward. Handshake is to like host websites. Next, I want to take this thing more thing. Next step is like the GAs, right? The creators, right? What they wanna own, their website, their things, right? Or
Yeah.
not. So how do you want to own this thing on their mobile thing, not on their laptop? Fuck not. In
Well,
future, might be on their wrist or whatever, not on their laptop. So if you guys not thinking about a mobile wallet, keep flipping names. There are other ways to make some monies. other than like waiting on your app, waiting on your 20 years thinking somebody will do something. Okay.
The problem with mobile is it's very difficult to have that without centralization.
Like
In the
the
way,
app?
well, you can't have, you know how Box, right? Syncs, right? It basically downloads the entire chain. You don't want that on mobile,
Yes.
mainly because you don't want to use 100 gigabytes of storage
No,
and
no.
spend 6 hours downloading. In a way that
So we can just provide an app. We can just provide an app where you can buy our service, to host your Handshake TLDs. Okay.
well, that's
And
base.
that is like you own it, but at the same time you don't own it. But there is no further way. If you find it, you are very welcome. We want it.
Please no swear words. Please no swear words on this.
Hi, buddy. Sorry, but fuck it, bro.
I mean,
I'm
we're
sorry.
really
I'm very thankfully hosted it. Like I get carried away sometimes. I'm sorry, but I do.
Yeah, so it's a bit of a we need to have the right visibility and security. You can't just go.
Yeah, and let me tell you what, DID. It's a whole another tangent. Trust me.
It would be quite interesting. Create a wallet.
Let's take it from there. Trust me. DID is already there. Okay, eh,
Yep.
is here, but now with handshake, you think
Yeah.
it's not a handshake. Need both goes together. Okay, Nasta somebody might be using it. Who knows who might be using it? I will say if you develop an app, who think Gen Zs will start using it? Okay, but it's a gateway to Web3.
Yeah,
Think about.
I agree. I agree. Like you say, like mobile app, it would be like great thing. Everything is like priorities and money and like
Yeah,
developers.
so I heard
Uh,
somebody say funding.
Yep.
Where funding equals to mobile.
I'll have a look at mobile wallet because that would be interesting to do.
Bro, you wanna sell equity for that thing? You can,
I'll do it open source. There's no funding coming.
bro. We can time it. We own 30%. Fuck no, we own 30-40%. It's not open source. We developed it. Okay, it's not open source.
Yeah, but we want it to be open source.
It's a mobile wallet. You don't own it. It's just your TLD. You don't own it. Fucking we are Coinbase.
Please stop the
Okay.
swears, man. Please stop the swears, man. Please
Oh
stop
my
the
man,
swears.
I'm sorry.
Each
God
man.
forgive me, Michael. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. Fuck man, I'm sorry. Thought I gave this thing like a whole lot idea,
Yeah.
And not one. It's not one day idea that I came to you guys to speak about a wallet. Just not one day. Trust me.
Yep.
That's why I'm saying DID is a whole other tangent.
Hmm.
Like if you guys interested, we can talk more. I will swear I will not curse.
Yeah. It would
But
be
yeah,
interesting. To I don't know, have a chat in
I
Discord.
just need some guy like this thing,
Yeah. I,
thing,
yeah. I haven't got
please,
much.
please. I got weird ideas, but like just bro. Yes, please, please. Equitize, bro. You want money for your time? Equitize it, bro. I will hook my tiny pay.
Yeah. Let's go on to our next topic.
Yeah.
Next up was HNS AU talking about collaborating with Domainer Expo. That's in Nevada. Unfortunately, it looks like Erwin's not here. That's a bit of um, where was it? General idea is HNS AU have collaborated with Domainer Expo to just pay for partnership. So just to get the name of Handshake in domain going, and if you're in Nevada, that could be a good thing to visit. You go to book it, or if you need to pay for tickets or that. But if you're interested in
I think it's domainexpo.com, I believe. He's second or third year they've been doing this, and Ishmaeli, I think, is the main organizer. So yeah, domainexpo.com. Yeah, I think this is their second or third year, and yeah, really, shout out to Erwin, excuse me.
Yep.
For sponsors, the good or the bad I know about the community is it's totally on his own, right? Or on behalf of HNS funds from that group or him to, I know.
Yeah.
That's the thing about this community. If people build wallets, or people want to fund wallets, or people want to apply for grants, we're all doing this. But I really appreciate Erwin. He's supportive in this community. Yeah, if people go and represent, do you know if he's going?
I don't think so, no.
I think I saw the tweets. He's not going to go, but he's sponsored.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit out of the way.
We could get a ticket from him. I'm sure as a sponsor there'd be some ticket. Bet you he has some tickets if people. Maybe I'm not sure, but I bet you can get a free one if you asked him.
Yeah,
on behalf
I'll let him know if I'm in Nevada anytime soon. Probably not happening.
I think there's some people that are here, even on the fall or in the area. But yeah.
If you're then yeah, have a chat with Erwin. Okay. Next up, we've got Hamza, who, if you keep an eye out, there'll be some black deals.
Cool.
What deals? So just keep out. They or X, and they have got a new at Hum 1. So if you keep an eye out on 1, then I'm sure you'll find some cool deals to how to, at a new marketplace that use, it's all crypto to pay. Interesting idea. If you hadn't had a look at Hamza, I'd recommend it. Looks interesting. Mike, was there anything else you wanted to add about that?
Basically, you kind of be a limited offer there from this time Friday morning till Cyber Monday. So if it's gonna be a physical and digital offer that will allow people to get more interested in what's happening at that startup. So we're really excited for it, and building this thing for a year. It's actually got HNS ID integration. You can connect your HNS ID to the platform, and so we're definitely working on more Handshake integration with it. So it's also, of course, working closely with Handshake.
Yeah. So if you've got a HNS ID domain, then you can use that to log in.
Yeah, so I just renewed HNS. Mike, that I logged in, and I instead of my wallet, it shows my HNS ID as my username there, which is pretty cool, as well as my profile photo. So.
Yep. Al, anything to mention about that integration with HNS ID?
Hey guys, first of all, can you hear me?
Yep.
Just because I'm.
Yep.
Okay, cool. I wanted to respond earlier to you, Nathan, but I couldn't.
That's all good.
Apologies about that.
Nah, things come up. I understand.
In regards to Hamza Market and HNS ID, amazing. Mike has been talking about his project since early stages, I believe. so, and it got me excited. And kind of disagreeing with what was before. I don't on trusting people. I trust that things will work according to data, quantitative data, and qualitative data. And I believe experience with e-commerce, and he's been in the business with for many years, as I believe. And with time and good marketing, I could go a long way. And I did test it, shared some feedback. Finally got my product like a few days ago, which is super exciting. Good quality. I've been using it almost every day. Like I just ordered a power bank as a test, and now I've been using it a lot. And yeah, I mean, HNSID integration is, I think, an extra layer of having your identity being recognizable and readable, a decentralized marketplace. For something to be readable and recognizable, you need to have a good name, in my opinion. So I believe that HNSID will help with that. And Ham's market is a amazing use case, and I believe that will grow exponentially, for sure.
Yeah, thanks, Alex. I think y'all know I don't like shilling my own stuff, but yeah, I'm the core for this project, and it's always been my dream to integrate Handshake with e-commerce. When I first learned about Handshake in 2020, some of the first Guy Include videos you would see talk about like some e-commerce and internet marketing integrations with something like Handshake. So of helping forward, and our beliefs of what I think would work best for Handshake. But in my opinion, I think it got its real use case with e-commerce. I think before e-commerce on Web 2, it was not. I mean, of course, there's social medias or bulletin boards, but I think buying and selling things was a big use case. I remember Andrew Rosen always saying it on, or not always, but saying it on one of his podcasts that Shopify really helped domainers because for their name, for their website selling products. So this is just one small step to allow Handshake HNSID integration, but there's a lot in the roadmap about decentralized domains for your identity in e-commerce, and for buying and selling physical goods, and displaying your products as a storefront. So this is one small step. But if you see, I shared on my Twitter just now, you can see Mike.hns and my profile image. Comes a marketplace that's coming. So it's your identity. It's not the identity of this platform. So give people an opportunity. We're gonna give people an opportunity to really get involved with our community, and I've been quiet about it. We're building like crazy. There's so much we're building. But we built a whole custom marketplace, crypto friendly, crypto native, and it's gonna change the world. I'm very confident what we're making.
Yeah, it's interesting because I look at the IP address or the domain as real estate. If you think about it, and initially the web address, like going to and having a good .com would be the way of having a good foot inside the digital real estate. Then came along social media, having like a good social media handle that you can secure throughout the platforms is also like digital real estate, in my opinion. And the next step towards that is crypto, right? And I believe that Hamza is kind of a mix of all of these three things. And once you do that, as the platform, it becomes easier to manage like the user's login structure. It's like you might disagree, but it's way simpler to build a structure where you just connect a wallet versus like creating a login system where you need to give your email, a password, maybe some personal information. So it also helps relieve like the development towards a good login system, which is the Connect Wallet system. And I believe that,
except for where you need addresses and stuff for physically delivering stuff. Other than that, it is.
Yeah, but you wouldn't put that publicly, so that's something we're working on. So we're working on actually privacy for this kind of information. So it's I know some of you are not such supporters of it, but there's something called ZK, zero knowledge. So we're working hard on ZKs and privacy, and we're working on a white paper for Hamza. So it's going to have four main pillars of this project. One being account abstraction, which is wallets. One challenge a lot of people are not on optimism. I think HNSID realizes that too. The bridging is really a pain in the butt. So we'll work on it so that people can pay in Bitcoin, Handshake, PayPal, credit card with account abstractions, EOA. I'm not sure. That's the first core of our white paper coming out for us is privacy. Privacy is a core one. So, we think people should be able to not share all their information on the blockchain and as well central. So there's using ZK technology to privatize data, and then there's two governance. So it's going to be also governed by the community. So there will be a way for users to vote with there's reasons I can't say, but you can imagine what people would vote with in this DAO structure. And then why am I forgetting the fourth? Let me see if I can find it real quick. We're building out the white paper now, but basically let me double. We're just yield. So yield, it's actually a very unique idea that we're adding. So imagine you pay, it takes 10 days to receive. Imagine during that deal is accruing some yield, and you get that yield as a buyer and as a seller. So that's another element of our
problem is negative yield, having negative yield. Whether it's get pay more in fees and you get yield. Idea.
I don't know if that's currently happening, but there's protocols.
If you live within a day or two of delivery, after a week or so, then
yeah. So there's a lot of innovation we're building into this, and it's not yet on a current. Especially me, I work so hard to get this public, and I really truly appreciate anyone that's made a purchase already. There will be huge reward. There will be huge rewards for your support. So we worked so hard to get where we are today. It's still very early MVP, but these are some of the elements we're going to be adding into it in our roadmap. So the yield is not yet, of course, yet, but there's other ways you can get yield. I mean, it's so fascinating. Imagine you want to buy 10 socks a year, and you get a limit order of 10 socks for $5 each, and then you put a limit order on Hamza, and then sellers can hit your bid of that $5 price, and then deliver you 2 months sock on that lockup of funds over the year as well in yield. can
So you can
yield.
DCA box.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just giving a simple, but
But no,
the idea of you don't want a phone for $500, $800, but you'll pay, you lock up $700. You're earning yield on that, and you're waiting for somebody to hit your bid of $700. So maybe
the only issue I see is where quality has to make sure the quality is the same. Because I could go, try to fulfill that order with a second-hand one with, broken screen, dead battery.
Yep, that goes to reputation. So then Nathan.hn blacklisted or a scammer or not. You could open a new wallet, but maybe I won't accept a new buy without five feedback or 10 won't allow that, or I have to accept it. You submit it. I have to confirm that I want to accept your iPhone.
Yeah, that's lots of ways is quite interesting.
And then on the HNS side is imagine my HNS ID, so much that I'm selling, and then you could see my physical products, and then you could say, "Oh, I see you're selling iPhone. I don't want to pay $800. I'll set an order $100. You lock it up, your order. I accept it. Stuff like this. So the domain is which is your storefront, which is your shop. This has been something I talked about.
Linked.
I remember speaking about this in December 2020 on Sky Include. So we're finally making it happen, and we have a very limited MVP. And yeah, people like Alex, thank you, have made purchase and received their product. We only have 15 products on there still. Shipping from it's not yet public. So
I'll have to keep an eye out.
Yeah. But we're basically
quicker for us.
We're somewhat. I don't know why I got to stop being so quiet, but we've been just so busy building. I've been just building, so I got to get more out there.
I agree, Mike. You should start being louder.
Yeah, need to get better at marketing.
I mean, somebody tried to buy. They wanted to buy something. They don't have Optimism funds, and then she said she has funds on AVAX, and she doesn't want to send it to blah blah.
There was an option to pay with. What was it?
Yeah, you can pay with ETH. You have ETH on Optimism. So anybody here that uses SID knows that you got a bridge to a transaction. So
yeah, pretty hard though.
It costs $15 on mainnet.
Oh yeah,
it's getting cheaper actually. But yeah, sure that there's a small learning.
Well, she doesn't want to spend $15 bridging to buy a $15 item.
Of course, obviously. Would you be in the future?
Well, that's what I'm working on. I don't know if anybody here knows what that is, but it's basically using I guess like some people say, there's a little bit of centralization, but basically you can accept even payments or other chains like Handshake or Bitcoin, and then you can then anything you want to integrate into it.
Yeah, it will be hard to make it 100% centralized. But I believe that you're taking the right steps. What I was going to ask is if you would eventually in the future route HNS.
Sure, it's easy. If it's on EVM, it's easy. Except currently USDT. I'm not the technical. Again, I'm the technical co-founder. I'm the non-technical co-founder, but my technical co-founder says it's EVM change easy. So yeah.
Yeah, as long as on like Uniswap or something like that, you can even write it into the smart contract for it to automatically swap to USDT. That difficult.
Well, yeah. This is it's a rabbit hole.
Yeah, there's lots of cool things you can do.
Truly. That's why I love the project so much. Endless possibilities this could work. So I'm excited, doing this.
It's market fit ideas. I don't know, but in my opinion, like Handshake is the biggest is for actual censorship resistance.
Yeah,
and I think all should be or helping people to actually like avoid censorship and focusing on those people who are censored. And
and
yes,
stuff like zlib, could really help, benefit from this.
I don't know who is that, but like for example, like okay, we now have like X, which is like kind of free, and you can have a freedom of, but who knows how long that will last. But as I mentioned previously, like Nostr would be huge market fit because that would greatly improve censorship for people. Because the main thing that is missing in Nostr DNS, like regular DNS, but it's not censorship resistant.
Yeah.
And Bitcoin eCash system, like it's a solution. It also uses DNS, and they are doing like hard solution to work around DNS. They have to use, and if they use Handshake, that solution would work much be fully resistant.
Yeah.
So that's why I mentioned developers or someone in community who like have a good connections in community, talk open sats and this for Bitcoin eCash system and for not usernames. This is actually solving the problem, censorship resistant problem.
Bring
huge. This is a huge market. This is a huge market fit because you can do no one is censoring. Selling something illegal, then be censored. But if we're talking legal stuff, if you're talking about legal stuff, then eCash system for Bitcoin.
Yeah, we'll have a look at that sometime.
It's like this is my opinion. This is the like biggest opportunity for Handshake.
Yeah, we just some more research onto how we can apply for that. Get some people to write up a
there is pretty easy. We just developers write
proposal, send it to OpenSat.
They apply for OpenSat. They just need to apply for Open.
Well,
and then people
write a proposal about what you're going to do with the money. Like
fund grants, then they can work like develop, even though do solutions for example, for cold storage for hardware wallets.
Yeah,
they can get like if OpenSat sees that this thing that
actually benefits
would solve huge problems, they would fund it.
Yeah, I reckon I'll have a look at that sometime this week just to see. Have a look at the previous proposals that they've actually looked at and see how well can have their goals. Anyway.
You can even contact like Odell. If you know Odell is like huge in Bitcoin space. You just can contact Odell and talk with him. No longer on X, but he is on Nostr. So you just directly talk to him. And
are you able to DM someone? I think they work properly.
Yeah. You can DM.
Okay.
But you can DM, and then he's gonna ask you to talk with you on because it's not really private on Nostr.
Anyways, so we got a couple other things we probably should talk about. Topics.
Yes, of course.
Mainly just a couple of events coming up. We've got the Flamingo Handshake auction. Mike, did you want to talk about? You there, Mike?
I'm muted, but I was saying, can Anne say something? I would like to give her the stage. Willing to say something?
Is my audio okay?
Yep, all good.
Yeah.
We're preparing the Flamingo Handshake mainly just to a year. It's like a like together event for our spam, the HNS community. We haven't been so for a long while. Maybe generally speaking, because of market trends. But yeah, we're excited. Just a heads up that we are editing our tools a bit because a lot has happened already on the tech side phase, and also for our partner organizations. So we are doing some considerations. Definitely, we'll make some announcements, and we'll you guys help us decide on how to move forward. Yeah, but we already have listed, and also I'll be reaching out to a few of you. So if you have some suggestions or comments, do let us know. That's it for me. From Handshake.
Yep. So if you've got TLDs or SLDs that you want to list, I'm guessing applications are open just from on the website.
Yes. On the website, and also I'll make another post or tweet just to give out like another form. Doing that in the next couple of days.
Too easy. And then also we've got HandyCon. Did you want to talk about that as well, Anne?
Okie dokie. Yes, HandyCon. Our 2025 theme is cypherpunk, as suggested. HNS Broker has been helping reach out to potential speakers. So of course, if you have some or suggestions, you can DM us here on Sky Include or Handshake.con X account. Also, I'm on Telegram, so feel free to reach out to me. At this stage, we are preparing the sponsor deck. We are going to also create some content, take advantage of some events. Erwin is actually helping the Domainer Expo. We're looking to new people as well, especially that Noel is not with this time. So it's good still pushing forward. So HandyCon theme mentioned, we are going to put together some maybe a criteria, something like that, or just send us yes, and well, we are going to also share who can be potential speakers time. Yep. So looking forward is March sometime. I forgot the dates, but mid-March. Normally we do dates, so mid-March. If you have any questions about HandyCon, maybe Mike, do you want to add something?
Sure. I don't know if we confirmed the date, but yeah, it's March. Is this the 4th or the 5th? You know?
5th. Yeah, it usually coincides with like 2024 HandyCon 4, 2025 HandyCon 5.
Okay. Cool. Our 5th already. I mean, it'll be online focused. Yeah, like as always, I think we're all over the world, and us. Europe. I know this is not good for Europe this time, but we will times for different parts of the world as possible. And I think it's a similar format as we've almost every year, along with topics all around visualized identity and internet. So I'm excited. And we love speakers and new projects, and we try to be as open as we can.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah. So sponsoring HandyCon again. Thank you for that. Just got the message from them.
Great, thank you.
Yeah, Earl already pledged for on behalf of HNS Australia. We have some representation from Australia. Yeah, getting tongue tied here. But thank you so much. Looking forward to projects being announced that time. Normally, that is our busy, project unveiling time, and maybe we will hear more from name base about Rap HNS, and
Yep.
so look
Who knows?
forward.
Maybe
Yep.
even a mobile wallet.
Oh, definitely. Okay, thanks.
Thanks, Ann.
Yeah.
All right. And I know
think
it's
that was
Thanksgiving
Yep.
for many of us. So really appreciate the time.
Did you guys plan to talk about fork? Like I was not following really closely fork discussions, but did you plan to talk about the current state of proposal?
Yeah, it's true. We could. I mean, I feel like that topic never ends. But
I don't think there was any changes since last time.
But like, what's the main deal? Why people want to do it? Like, what's the main point of doing fork?
Well, I think the main point is prop, right?
Yes, I know
So
that thing.
it does look weird, like you're saying about OpenStat's application, but they're probably gonna say like, what's this huge? What it basically is, it's a huge pre-mine. You got to explain to them this huge pre-mine.
Yeah, it's not a big problem because it's you can just look and you see that it was like one of the reasons why I'm following Handshake from the beginning, because it was not like pre-mined and then like a bunch of investors got like some like insane deal. It was if they will want, they can take it and they can work on and they can work, but if not interested, that's okay. So it's not a problem. If
Comes up is, I feel like almost every year or every year, somebody's a proposal to take the airdrop and use it for a foundation or developer fund or fundraising. It's come 3 or 4 times. So it came up again, and it got a lot of debates in this community, and some even alluded some of the issues that happened from the discussion. And now there's this discussion about burning it, because then by burning it, stop every year. I feel like it's every 1 or 2 years somebody, hey, we got this huge unallocated GitHub airdrop. Let's take that money and use it for something. That's basically what happens.
You see from the side looking for, it's not good. So if it would be redistributed, basically it loses a big point of basically you showing for public that it's not actually censorship resistant. It shows that there is a small group of people who can decide and print money, and that's a big problem. That's a big no. So redistribution, that's a big no. Like from my viewpoint, I would just sell whatever I have, and just because it's then it shows me that there is a group of people who is controlling the project, and it's not actually censorship resistant. It's not decent enough. And burning, okay, burning is not so bad, but then it's very important what timing you are doing it, and this time it's the worst time to do it, because it's like in the next few months alt season gonna start, and forking and burning or whatever, like it brings uncertainty, it brings fear, and you basically can miss the whole like the whole alt season pump. So if the burn would be if you decide to do a burn of those coins, then it should be done in a bear market.
So that's why I think let's do nothing. Or I mean, Alex, maybe you can speak, but that's why nothing's really happening. It seems.
I think nothing is the best option.
Yeah, so nothing is going to be done, at least from the name-based development team. We feel that it's not worth the effort currently, and it would be much rather worth having a soft fork where we can, for example, DNS records for Handshake rather than doing a hard fork, which is something that is way more complex in terms of workload. So yeah, a hard fork, I wouldn't expect a hard fork anytime soon. But something to consider would be the possibility to add more DNS records to Handshake. Will it be done? It depends a little bit on what the community feels like, but it seems a bit harsh.
Actually, I'm told the adding the records on chain is not even needing a hard or soft fork. I think Zipkin told us, but I don't know.
Yeah, it doesn't need a fork. It just needs.
Yeah.
Well, no. It just needs update. It just needs how the resolving works.
Yeah.
Back to the fork. I think it's almost at the point I'm tired of talking about it. But
Yep.
I think nothing is going to happen. It caused a lot of drama, but I feel pretty confident that it will never be reallocated to a fund or a foundation.
Yep.
I don't think ever.
That's probably the right idea.
This community is so strongly. The majority of the community is very against anything like that.
And if it's that the community is against of that, so investor, so from the investor point, it's a great thing that show understands